Right now, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, a floating mass of plastic 3 times the size of France is drifting. And no, this isn't science fiction. This isn't just environmental pollution. It's a global time bomb, and the clock is ticking. The world produces around 400 million tons of plastic each year. Nearly half of it is used once and thrown away. But it doesn't just vanish. Plastic can take hundreds of years to decompose in nature. That means more plastic is being added to our oceans, land, and air every single year. And it's not just the land. Our oceans are filling up with plastic, too. Every year, between 8 and 11 million tons of plastic are carried into the oceans via rivers. That's the equivalent of a garbage truck full of plastic dumped into the sea every single minute. In the Pacific, ocean currents have gathered a massive plastic mass. Scientists call it the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It covers roughly 1.6 million square kilometers. That's 3 times the size of France. But don't imagine an island of plastic. It's a vast, dispersed zone made up of billions of plastic fragments, most of them too small to even see. These fragments float in the water, eventually getting swallowed by fish and other marine life. A 2023 study found that 90% of the debris collected in this region was plastic. Even more shocking, much of it is decades old. From the 1970s and 80s, with packaging labels still readable after 50 years. But this isn't just about the environment. When plastic enters the digestive systems of marine animals, it can cause them to die of starvation. Imagine dying with a full stomach, but it's stuffed with plastic. And as the food chain collapses, these particles can end up right back on our dinner plates. Now let me introduce you to the real enemy, microplastics. These are plastic particles smaller than 5 millimeters, tiny in size but massive in threat. They form as bags, bottles, and even clothes break down over time. And because they're so small, they're everywhere, in the soil, the air, the oceans, even in our drinking water. Recent studies have revealed a disturbing truth. Microplastics have already made their way into the human body. In 2022, scientists detected microplastics in human blood for the first time. Just a year later, these particles were found in breast milk. What does this mean? A substance that can disrupt our immune system and damage our cells is now flowing through our bodies. And it's not just coming from the outside. We inhale and ingest microplastics every day, from our clothes, cosmetics, even our toothpaste. Here's another terrifying fact. According to scientists, the average person consumes about 1 credit card's worth of plastic every single week, without even realizing it. And right now, we have no real defense against this invisible pollution. Plastic waste isn't just contaminating water, it's threatening marine life, the food chain, and even the planet's ability to breathe. There are currently 170 trillion plastic particles floating in our oceans. Yes, you heard that right, 170 trillion. And a massive portion of that ends up in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a swirling vortex of plastic waste, more than 3 times the size of France. But don't be misled. This isn't one big floating island. It's a sprawling sea graveyard of plastic, from microscopic particles to giant bottles, scattered by surface and deep currents. Every year, over 100,000 marine mammals die because of plastic waste. Some suffocate. Others slowly rot from the inside after swallowing plastic. But the damage doesn't stop there. These particles also choke life at the bottom of the ocean. They block sunlight and halt photosynthesis, wiping out everything from plankton to coral reefs. And here's a crucial reminder. Ocean plankton produce 50% of the Earth's oxygen. So this silent collapse isn't just a threat to fish. It's a threat to our air, our food, and our water. While plastic pollution continues to grow, scientists are racing to find solutions. The fact that oil-based plastics can last for centuries has pushed researchers to seek new materials. In recent years, major progress has been made in developing bioplastics that break down quickly in nature. One promising material, made from seashells and plant-based sources, can completely dissolve in ocean water within hours. These new biopolymers are both durable and eco-friendly compared to conventional plastics. Even better, when they break down, they don't release microplastics. That means zero additional burden on nature. In lab tests, they showed no harmful effects on marine life. Industrial-scale production is expected within a few years, a major step toward controlling one of the largest sources of plastic pollution. But make no mistake, this is not a total fix. Scientific breakthroughs alone won't solve this crisis. We need a shift in personal and collective consciousness. These bioplastics could revolutionize single-use products, from food packaging and shopping bags to wrappers and straws. Even the maritime industry could benefit. Ship components made from bioplastics would reduce plastic dumped into the sea. And since these materials rapidly degrade in nature, they don't add to environmental damage. As production costs fall, widespread adoption is expected. But let's be honest, none of this will matter unless we cut down our plastic consumption. Right now, nearly half of the world's plastic is produced by just two countries, the United States and China. While their economies thrive on the plastic industry, our planet is paying the ultimate price. Yet these nations remain reluctant to take real action. Under pressure from powerful corporations and lobbying groups, tough regulations are delayed, and plastic production keeps growing. The plastic crisis is no longer just an environmental disaster. It's a battle of economic interests, political agendas, and power games. At this point, there's nothing left to uncover. We know how plastic is made, who profits, who suffers, and how it threatens our future. But here's the real question. What changes after this video ends? Maybe we won't quit plastic overnight, but we can't claim ignorance anymore. We're marching, eyes wide open, toward a plastic future, and this road may lead to a point of no return. Still, there's time. If we started the plastic age, then we can also be the ones to stop it. But that requires not just individual action, it demands systemic change. What you saw in this video is just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to dive deeper, explore solutions, and truly make a difference, check out my other videos on the channel. Because this isn't just an environmental issue, this is our story, and the pulse of the future beats right here.